All right. Before intruders intrude, it's a characteristic. I'm not going to say it's a marker, but it's a characteristic. I got some more shit to go. Please excuse my hands. Harassment. Harassment is a form of employment discrimination that violates Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Age Discrimination in Employment Act of 1967, and the Americans with Disability Act of 1990. Harassment is unwelcome conduct that is based on race, color, religion, sex, including sexual orientation, gender identity, or pregnancy, national origin, older age, beginning at age 40, disability or genetic information, including family medical history. Harassment becomes unlawful where enduring the offensive conduct becomes a condition of continued employment, or the conduct is severe or pervasive enough to create a work environment that a reasonable person would consider intimidating, hostile, or abusive. Proven and proven. Anti-discrimination laws also prohibit harassment against individuals in retaliation for filing a discrimination charge, testifying, or participating in any way in an investigation, proceeding, or lawsuit use are under these laws, or opposing employment practices that they reasonably believe discriminate against individuals or violate these laws. Petty slight annoyances and isolated incidents, unless extremely serious, will not rise to the level of illegality. To be unlawful, the conduct must create a work environment that would be intimidating, attempts is just as good as a real thing. We got statutes. Hostile or offensive to reasonable people. Offensive conduct may include, but is not limited to, offensive jokes. We got that checked off. Slurs, epithets, or name calling. Physical assaults or threats, intimidation. We got that checked. Written communication, documentation, reported, unresolved. Ridicule or mockery. Got that reported. Microaggressions, reported, unresolved. Insults or put downs. Got that reported, documented, reported, unresolved. Written communication. Offensive objects or pictures and interference with work performance. We did discuss. And increased anxiety and mental state called into question. Americans with Disability Act, and now you're trying to make me look like a drug addict, which is in the DSM-5 as a disability. Harassment can occur in a variety of circumstances, including but not limited to the following. The harasser can be the victim's supervisor, a supervisor in another area, an agent of the employer, a coworker, or non-employee, client, non-employee, potential client, admin, reported, unresolved. The victim does not have written communication, written denials of reports, 17 million reports, documented, it's in writing. The victim does not have to be the person harassed. Does not have to be the person harassed. I tried to help some people that were, but people like to try whatever. But can be anyone affected by the offensive conduct. Unlawful harassment may occur without economic injury to or discharge of the victim. Economic injury. economic injury. Now, and something else, in a different statute, like I said, they said two keys, reported unresolved, guaranteed. Two keys, second key, economic injury. Prevention is the best. That's why I'm going over this stuff. Because people act like I'm stupid. They're trying to gaslight me. These are the statutes. Unlawful harassment may occur. All right, I read that. Prevention is the best tool to eliminate harassment in the workplace. Employers are encouraged to take appropriate steps to prevent and correct unlawful harassment. Prevent and correct. Report it. Unresolved. Now, that's not the joint I was talking about just 5 seconds ago. The two keys, but they should clearly communicate to employees that unwelcome harassing conduct will not be tolerated. Unresolved. And put on the spot. And document being put on the spot. To increase hostility. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? You thought I'm stupid? You still think I'm stupid, but the law follows statutes. When the statutes are broke, that was a politician that said that. Oh, shit. They can do this by establishing an effective complaint or grievance process. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be. The injury is mounting up. And I'm still being retaliated against as, like, I'm being called a snitch in the streets. Nobody says whistleblower. They say snitch because they want street thugs that just look at me like, is he snitching? I ain't bothering us. Go ahead. They can do this by establishing an effective complaint or grievance process, providing anti-harassment training to their managers and employees, and taking immediate and appropriate action when an employee complains. Immediate and appropriate action when an employee complains. Employers should strive to create an environment in which employees feel free to raise concerns and are confident that those concerns will be addressed. Now, the thing about that, the social work code of ethics, dignity and respect, and commitment to service. That's just 3 of like 7 jumps. I might have that. I'm gonna come back. Now, that's the social work code of ethics, code of ethical conduct, and you know the medical model, do no harm. I'm a medical professional. I was in the trenches. I've been saying, now I'm a medic. I'm still in the trenches. I'm just trying to save lives and pull niggas out. And you know, I'm trying to duck shrapnel and shit like that, grenades and landmines, and y'all slapping my hand when I'm like, come on. Employees are encouraged to inform the harasser directly that the conduct is unwelcome and must stop. I was put on the spot, like, yeah. Y'all talking about Tariq said some shit. I know y'all gonna feel some type of way about it, but y'all talking about. Employees should also report harassment to management. 4 different managers. They put in a statement that I was lying. Written communication. CC, and BCC. I wish I had a lawyer on retainer at that point. And the retaliation, they trying to block me from getting a lawyer. But like I said, I'm not crazy. I got documented proof people make fun of. Documented proof people make fun of. Statute. The law is built on statutes. If you prove that the statute is broken, you're guilty. Written communication, nigga, like all day. Some people don't like when I record. I ain't record that. HIPAA violation. When I record, believe me, I'm smart enough not to break HIPAA. If you run in a group and ain't saying shit, that's not a HIPAA violation. That's insurance fraud. You billing for a service. That's insurance fraud. I'm gonna put them on you too because you like to play. Employer's liability for harassment. The employer is automatically liable for harassment by a supervisor that results in negative employment action such as termination. In 14 months, like 15 months. Failure to promote or hire, failure to promote. This funny story, we'll get in there. And loss of wages. Loss of wages, like 14 months. And you're retaliating, blacklisting. You can't do that. You can't do that. Like if you said that I did something egregious in the field, I could still work at ShopRite, or I could still work at the Applebee's. Nobody's hiring because, and then like where you got me expelled from the employment, John. Statutes. There's statutes because employment agencies and staffing services. There's statutes. And you keep trying to get me blocked from $2, and I can prove that. I've been proving it. You've been laughing at me, documenting you. You can call me a snitch. I'd be like, stop. I'm inviting. I'm inclusive. Everybody loves me. You know me to love me. You ain't got ready to die. Y'all keep playing with it, Mr. Nice Guy. I was G. I was a super G. I was like, your most feared gangster. I'm not afraid of him. But I'm a medic now, so. Oh, shit. If the supervisor's harassment results in hostile work environment, documented. Supervision form, those are like that's like liquid platinum. and the field of social work, that's like liquid platinum. Written communication. Oh shit. You better know them social work principles because they fight against oppression. They fight against racism. They fight and advocate for social justice, economic justice. You want to harass a social worker? His home. You gonna try to test my gangster in a hospital? And I got medical money that you holding up. The fuck? Just gonna handle this locally on the streets, nigga. You acting like I'm a sissy. So you gonna hit me? If reasonably tried to prevent and promptly corrected, reported, unresolved. 3 to 4, CC. You need BCC thinking that you destroyed evidence because you ain't know I BCC'd myself. I've been going through this for 23 years. The employee unreasonably failed to take advantage of any preventive or corrective opportunity provided by the employer. The employee unreasonably failed to take advantage of any preventive or corrective opportunities provided by the employer. Reported, put on the spot, harm, hostile environment. I'm like, yo, just stop. I'm saying there's a history. I already got cases. I already got EEOC cases. You better stop. Reported, unresolved. They thought it was funny. They're like, U.S. history. They thought it was funny. Oh, baby. And then, like I said, potential earnings. You check out. I got the whole Starbucks. I ain't just Google. I got the law library, the street law library. Precedent. 25.6 million. Potential earnings. She whipped their ass with the potential earnings. She was a Starbucks manager. I don't know what potential she was trying to earn, but that 25 million. The 0.6. I keep saying that because you see the businesses I'm promoting that they blacklist me and slander my name. You keep providing me proof. Daily, you provide me proof. You provide me proof of slander, of retaliation, blacklist, blocking, and trolling me. The employer will be liable for harassment by non-supervisory employees or non-employees over whom It has control independent contractors or customers on the premise or clients during an intake. Reported multiple times. Unresolved. They played more. They were laughing in the background. I pointed it out. they were harassing me. They were trying to gaslight me. I roll with the resistance. I'm king of rolling with the resistance, de-escalation, and helping people progress. You're not going to win this. I'm not going over the details of the case. I'm going over statute. Since I'm being jerked around. If it knew or should have known about the harassment and failed to take prompt, if it knew or should have known about the harassment reported unresolved and failed to take prompt and appropriate corrective actions. I'm being intimidated. They call me a snitch on the street, so street dealers squint their eyes in confusion. Is he? I think they get this right. But I've been accosted twice on the SEPTA, and an employee at a local food store threw a can at me. 2, increased hostilities. Attempts at intimidation tactics. I know. They hire in walkers to try to intimidate, slander, and I work in mental health. You get what I'm saying? I work in mental health. So if one of the people you sent are, oh God, at Eagleville, they were name dropping. Some lady jumped on my hood and tried to sue me. They threw that case out. They threw the case out. There was like 7 clients from a previous employer on site, including the person that jumped on my hood. There was talks about some one of the people that accosted me. I whipped his ass. You can't assault somebody. I can defend myself. The cops keep telling me. There's whispers about him being a client somewhere. It's all linked to one of your organizations. Because if you work somewhere, or if you're a supervisor, or if you try to use clients that they might not be competent to stand trial, but it's linked back to your organization that I worked at, and you're trying to intimidate me physically. And then the cults. If you're using your organization to build a cult, making walkers vote your way, I'm gonna swing my support behind myself by having my cousin had a people get in a van. And then there's the ransomware votes. Gotta find the missing Chad. Now that's speculation. But if they can link it. Listen, I'm being repressed. If I can link it to treason. Now some of that is jokes, but the statutes. It's about how far you make me take you. I've been saying that. I've been telling niggas stop. Before the paperwork was in, I told my employer, I'm already, please don't think you're above the law. Some people are aiming at this area like y'all think y'all have no law. Multiple different people. Investigating allegations of harassment. The EEOC looks at the entire record, including the nature of the conduct and the context in which the alleged incident occurred. A determination of whether harassment is severe or pervasive enough to be illegal is made on a case-by-case basis. off the statutes. Don't get any bright ideas. If the statutes are broke, that don't matter if it's a B&E or a civil rights violation. Reported unresolved. I've been going over precedents. And I keep saying, in all the things that fit my situation, it's like 3 to 4 different protected classes. It's like 7 broken statutes for each protected class. And then, like I'm saying, when I'm looking up these precedents, I went to the law library on the streets. I went to City Hall. They got the Jenkins joint. I ain't been there, but I've been to City Hall. And in each precedent that I reviewed, it was accusations made after termination, no documentation, no, it was just his word against their word, her word against their word. Not everybody got a judgment, but people that got a judgment, it was still their word against the other person's word. And I guess they had witness testimony. Now, I'm watching the news a couple months ago about a case, and they said, this is a case of documentation. Human testimony is flawed. People can lie. Documentation is concrete. If you believe that the harassment you're experiencing or witnessing is of specific sexual nature, you may want to see EEOC's information on sexual harassment. I've been looked at, and on the street I've been treated. I'm the victim, homie. We'll be back.